Hi kids. Today I'd like to play a card game with you. You're going to need a deck of cards, and I'm going to show you how to play it. This game that we're going to play is called War, and it's sort of related to the Bible lesson that we're going to talk about today. Let me show you how this works. Card decks are different in that they might have pictures on them. This happens to be a Disney card deck. I also have an Audrey Hepburn card deck, and that's an old-time movie star. But the thing is, the cards themselves are the same. They have numbers on them. This one has pictures on it, but look at it, it's a 3. This one has a 3 of hearts. This is a 3 of hearts. We're not going to worry about hearts or spades or clubs or any of those things. All we need to do is to watch the numbers on the cards. Let me show you how that works. Okay, so I'm taking the numbers of the cards. Here's the ace. The A is a number 1. Okay, then we have a number 2, 3. They're all numbered from this point, and this part's pretty easy. 5. Here's 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we start getting into Jack, which is 11, Queen, 12, and King, 13. So this is the highest power, the K. The K is the highest power. The 1 is the lowest power. When we're playing War, you need at least 2 players. You could play 3 or 4 players. And so today, the player I'm playing against is going to be Winnie the Pooh. I'm going to deal out a card for Winnie the Pooh. Winnie has a 6. I have a K, so I win that one. Winnie has a 10, and I have a 2. Oh, Winnie wins this one because 10 is bigger than 2. Winnie has a 2, and I have a 2. Okay, that is a war. We've got the same number. So now we have to put down 3 cards on top of these. And whoever wins this wins the whole pile here. So Winnie's got a 4 and I've got a 5. So I won that whole pile. Winnie's got a 1 and I've got a 10. So I win that one. Winnie's got a queen, and I've got a 7. So what's bigger? The queen. So Winnie wins that one. See, that's how you play. It's actually pretty easy. And you're trying to be the one with the most cards in the end. And it doesn't matter who wins and who loses. It's just for fun. This is just for fun. And it doesn't mean that anybody's better than anybody else. Everybody wins sometimes. Everybody loses sometimes. It's all just part of the fun. So why don't you get out a deck of cards if you have one and try it with your brother or sister, mom, dad, or grandma or grandpa, and see who will win the war of cards. Okay?
Something else that's important in our Bible story today is when some people become blind by a miracle of God because they were trying to do something bad and God prevented them from doing that. I'm going to try using a blindfold to find a green cup that I set on the other side of the table. I'm going to try to fill that cup with some water and drink it. See if I can do that while blind. I don't know if I can. I would not recommend doing this unless you have somebody helping you at home. I don't have somebody to help me, so I'm going to give it a try. And hopefully I won't break anything or knock into anything. Let's see here. All right, it's all black now. Now I know this house pretty good, and I know that it's down this way I have to go. I know I have to be careful because there is a little coffee table I've got to watch out for. what's over here. The refrigerator's here somewhere too. There's the refrigerator. That'll help me find my sink. And the cold water. Cold water is when I pull it to the front. I don't want hot water. So I'm getting myself some cold water. That's good. Okay. Because Elisha wanted to help the people of Israel, he had to actually ask God to make it so that their enemies could not see. You'll see about that in this story.
The king of Aram was at war with Israel. The king planned to set up camp for his army at a certain place. Elisha sent messages to the king of Israel, warning him about where the army was. When the king of Aram found out that his plans had been discovered, he thought one of his own soldiers had told the king of Israel where they were staying. But the soldiers said, "We didn't tell. It was Elisha, the prophet in Israel." The king of Aram heard that Elisha was in the city of Dothan. That night he sent horses, chariots, and a large army to surround the city. Elisha's servant got up early the next morning and saw that the army surrounded them. "What are we going to do?" he asked Elisha. Elisha said, "Don't be afraid. Our army outnumbers their army." The servant was confused. He only saw the Aramean army. Then Elisha prayed, "Lord, open my servant's eyes and let him see." So God opened the servant's eyes, and he saw an incredible army, the army of the Lord, covering the mountains. Then Elisha prayed for God to close the eyes of the Aramean army. God did, and they were blind. "You're in the wrong city," Elisha told them. He led them away to Samaria. Then he prayed for God to open their eyes, and God did. Elisha told the king of Israel to give them food and water. Then the king sent them home. That army did not ever come back to Israel again. God is always with us, but we don't always see him. When Jesus came to earth, people did see him. But even without seeing him, God's protection is given to everyone who trusts in Jesus. The month of April is a very windy month, and it's often known as the kite flying month. I've got a kite here. Usually I get kites from the dollar store, Dollar Tree. I'm not sure where I got this one from. It's not very expensive. Let's see if I can get this pulled together. This one's supposed to look like a great big parrot. If it's not windy, you can just run. It is awful windy today, so we'll see what happens. I'm gonna put it up in the air. I had known some of the people on our short-term mission trip since they were little kids. I got to know them well as they grew up in Sunday school, junior and senior youth groups, and finally in college. Ben helped to plan this mission trip, and he wanted to propose marriage to his girlfriend when we were in Paris. I got to be a spy, sneaking to the Eiffel Tower ahead of the couple and filming their engagement. I'm glad I had the camera on a tripod because I wouldn't have been able to hold on to it watching my young friends at one of the most important moments of their lives. God has a destiny, a plan for every one of us. It often means meeting another special person and following God's adventure together. I don't know what God's destiny is for you, but I believe it will be exciting and awesome and meaningful to you. God has a special mission for you. I hope I get to see his destiny unfold for you as I saw it with many of my other young friends. Ben and Liz now have 3 sons, with another one on the way. He's in the seminary, a special school for people who are training to become pastors.